It's a great day. I know. Right here at Castle Crags. Awesome. You can hear the streams of water flowing. Listening. My topic is how to have peace of mind and joy of the soul. See, that's our nature. We desire that, we long for that. And yet we're listening to the second voice, the voice of the mind, the false ego. The mind that's constructed. And we've given that mind the power of God by believing those thoughts and those words and those concepts. If you take a look even around here, look at all the ideas. An idea, a thought in someone's mind, you see, because there's also divine mind, and we would think then what we call the false mind is not the divine mind, that is the inner knowing, because we are wisdom, all knowing. And to not know, we actually have to shut ourselves down. That means we have partaken of, in a sense, the forbidden fruits of life. That actually, to take those into our bodies as food, or taken into the mind as thoughts and beliefs, we are then bringing that into our experience, because we are tasting that, or we are savoring that, or we're involved in that. And so the agitation of the mind is all, and you have to watch to have peace of mind. You need to watch to see what the mind is actually doing, and how much it has you, and how much of every moment is spent with the mind as a toy. And that fear of boredom of being with ourselves, and that boredom gets people back into the mind, or they're afraid to be alone in the dark with themselves, and then the mind goes. Now watch that. Now that's a terror machine. It's a tormentor. And then what happens is that we're living it as if it's true and real, because we're taking on those emotions and feelings, and that's showing us the beliefs and concepts that we have in the mind, you see. So to have peace of mind, you have to also know how to stop the mind. Once you know what it is, and it's not you, it's a thing that you have control over. Yes. And if you can't control your mind, it's because your mind is controlling you. So then watch, observe that mind, what it's suggesting you do, and these are suggestions, and when we agree with it, and we have been tricked into agreeing, but we're still agreeing. So we also need to eliminate those agreements that we have made on all levels of consciousness to harm ourselves, to control ourselves, to limit ourselves. And it's like people are agreeing to shoot themselves in the foot. And the agreement comes when you act on it. Like the moment, like when you leave your body and say the light, that's your light that's being magnified coming to you, because that energy over there doesn't have any light. You emanate light. So you're then walking into your own, don't even move in that direction, because that's agreement. See? And to disagree, here I'll tell you what we have to do. We have to go beyond agreement and disagreement. We have to go beyond all of these where we're making those choices. And by staying in the transcendental state, there's peace of mind. Because your mind isn't controlling you, and you are in a state of being, just like here, being out in nature. What I did yesterday, because we have like a pond in the yard, in the farm. When it rains like this and all this, so we have like a pond. So I had couple of towels that I used by the back door to keep getting rid of the dirt, the rainwater, and all this kind of stuff. So I took off my shoes and socks, and the ground's all wet and moist and soggy and all that. And I get to walk down there and then wash these towels in the water. I went, this is great. Now I don't know. People say, well, something's wrong with you, but you know what? When you really look at what I did is when I had my ministry in the 80s and Cole-Whittaker Ministries and such, and I had really followed that whole thing of idea of what it takes to really be happy, fame, fortune, beauty, any of those that I thought, well, that was it. Where do you get all these things? Hey, you got it. And then you get there, you go, really? Maybe there's something missing here I didn't get. And that was when I left and went in search of what was missing. Because I didn't want people to wind up like me at that level if they followed what I was teaching, when I realized something was missing. And that took me then on my journey, and to realize that it all becomes very simple. The divine is not complicated. The false is complicated. Libraries full of food, terabytes of information, all about this categorizing, summarizing, listening, hearing, tracking, that's maniacal. Left brain kind of stuck. As we open up, what I'm doing is I'm becoming ambidextrous. People say, oh, you have to be right-handed or left-handed. No, you don't. Yeah. It's great. How you do it? Just start using it. Oh, well, I don't know how. Well, yeah, because it's been just laying there. Come on, get it going. And you do that, it's also activating those different parts of the liquid crystal of the brain. But also, more importantly, it's you experiencing where you've been cutting yourself off in expression from your true divine self and body, and allowing you to be fully in the pleasure of now, wherever you are. And then, see how you do breath exercises. There's different ways that they're learning to how you center and in the stillness. And to give yourself permission to not do anything. To actually, I remember it used to be when I was fishing, I didn't know. But it was really an excuse to get in the rowboat and just be peaceful and quiet in the lake. So how did I attain peace of mind? In nature. And then understanding how the mind works and quieting the mind. And allowing myself to experience and feel in who I am. Yeah. And with the knowledge and the application of it. Of knowing who you are. there's no words.